So welcome everyone back. As you can see, this is recorded after me recording because for some reason I forgot to save the audio file for this recording. You'll love to see it. I recorded 2 videos. Hey, how we love life. Anyways, the Tour of Remco is here and we have this flat stage with some wind, which could be very interesting. Wait a minute, there's no wind. So it's just a flat stage. So we'll just fast that forward. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day, nothing really happened. Then we have this stage here, the Col de la Luz, one that we've been worried about this entire tour. The queen stage, so to speak, of the Tour de France, which, I thought I would send Vivek in a breakaway, or well, him and Van Zevenant and Pedersen to try and hopefully use him later on, because I didn't feel like I had to use them anyways, and they probably wouldn't survive any climbs, so I just set them up there, try and hopefully use them later on during the stage. But in the Pedersen, they didn't really go too fast. The breakaway got quite a lot of time. The breakaway did, though, blow up because it was a big climb. And, our teammates were just sort of split around everywhere, just riding in a group here and there, which was okay because eventually, if we were to attack, we could maybe attack up to one group, then up to the next, not to the next, something like that, depending on how the stage would turn out. But the stage would turn out very interesting is all I want to say. And I forgot to mention this, but as you can see on the left side of the screen, Evenepoel today has a fitness peak. Yes, we are peaking on a mountain stage. How insane is that? So I thought, we can't hold back because UAE and Visma, they haven't really been doing much this stage. So I was like, okay, interesting. Maybe they have a bad day. Who knows? So I set some guys up there to pace over the Col de Madeleine, the second climb of the stage. Also to get a little bit closer to the breakaway. Wouldn't be bad. And in general, my plan was to hopefully drop as many domestiques of Pogacar's and Vingegaard as possible. So on the final climb, they had to sort of work mostly themselves. And I was hoping that, of course, my guys in breakaway would be there at the end. So I would have guys, I would have domestiques, but they wouldn't. That was the initial plan. And so I set up some guys to pace and, paced up the climb, which was going okay. Our stamina was looking good, looking very decent. I thought I would set the pace even higher. And we just kept going. I blocked some riders here and there, nothing special, nothing special. Eventually, we do catch 2 of the riders we put in the breakaway, Pedersen, and the other rider, who is Van Zevenant as well. We caught them, and I was like, yeah, just go up and pace, I guess. Because we still had Paintre, who had decent stamina. Landa didn't have great stamina, but, we at least had one rider. And I at least wanted to keep one rider in reserve. So we didn't want to, completely blow out the peloton. But I did mention that I wanted at least, well, at the most, to have 20 people left by the time this climb is done, which was the plan. And therefore, we just kept pacing pretty hard. Once again, Evenepoel looking pretty good compared to everyone else, so I thought, might as well. And the other plan was that I wanted at least a teammate, because I didn't feel like I would escape on the descent or on the climb. I didn't want to, risk that and waste it. So I would want teammates in the peloton, just like we did on the Moment 2 stage, because there's a flat part before the final climb. And on that flat part, I wanted teammates to just pace, to hopefully give us that little bit of an advantage on the climb itself, even though we already had a fitness peak, and we might already have an advantage. I wanted that extra advantage, the extra advantage to make sure that we really, really can gain time on the stage. Because we have this stage left to gain time, and maybe next, the final mountain stage is a bit tricky. The only thing I know is there's a fitness peak this stage, so we can't afford to lose time. And a minute and a half is something that Pogacar most definitely can gain if we end up with bad fitness on the next stage. So I was like, we have to gain some time. We have to get something out of this stage. And then, abusing Remco's flat stats is the obvious choice. We definitely do have to lower that at some point, but we'll see. But we make it near the top. I decided to have Paintre attack. We were only 16 man in the peloton. I wanted to send him up there to maybe, escape a little bit, and maybe I escaped to him in the descent, something like that. I wasn't exactly sure. I just wanted to try something out, really. But we made it over the top, and our stamina actually looked pretty good. There still were Yates and Almeida, though, for UAE, which wasn't great, but it was to be expected, I suppose. I was just hoping that my own rider, Pair Painter, maybe could get an advantage here, and then be full stamina on the bottom of the descent, and maybe have more stamina than the UAE guys. That was my one hope here. But my second hope came when I realized that Landa was actually in the realm of possibility of getting back to us. So I went back. He was around, how far away was he? He was roughly 2 minutes away. And I was like, I can regain that on this descent because they're not going fast in the peloton. So I just took Landa and we just sprint down the descent. I knew that he might not have full stamina on the, or like all the way down, but it would still be worth it, I feel like. Still be worth it just to have him just pace a little bit on that flat part. So I just went, yeah, fully descended, and eventually caught up with barely any stamina left. But there was still some descending left, so he could still regain some stamina back. And we finally made it down. I saw when Wilder was close as well, so I was like, okay, I want him back too. And so I put him to pace. He came back, and I was like, all right, Wilder, go wild. Pace in this flat part. Pace is your life depends on it, because it does. If you don't, you're gonna get thrown off a mountain. It's basically what I told him. And as you can see, it worked, because he was pacing hard. And once again, I like to look at Lander stats or Parapaintry stats. Not stats, energy here. So I give sort of like an indication of what Vingegaard and Pogacar's stamina might look like. I don't know their exact stats on flats, but it's somewhat of an indication, because they don't have great flat stats, either of them, especially not 83. So we just paced hard here, and as you can see, before the climb even starts, Landa's stamina is low. Well, he has been pacing, but Parapaintry's stamina he's lost quite a bit compared to Remco Evenepoel. And so the climb started. UAE went up to pace as soon as the climb started, and I knew Pogacar wasn't going to attack right off the gate. I still have Parapaintry as well, who could help me potentially. But I knew if it came down to it, we had to attack here. We had to gain some time. It was a very small group though, very, very small group, which meant that hopefully if UAE could use their final riders, Pogacar would be alone, would be isolated, would have to do everything by himself, which was exactly what we were praying for. And UAE decided to really up the pace at some point. Really, really up the pace, but we were just slowly following. Our stamina was looking okay. We saw people fall back behind the group, which meant that a lot of people were at their limit, but we were still looking pretty good considering other people were at their limit. So I had some pretty decent confidence here that we could maybe get away. I wasn't sure though, we never know Pogacar. But here they slowed down, and we all know when they slow down, Pogacar might attack. So I started going to the front. Almeida was pretty much done at this point. Only Yates left, which meant that the engine's soon gonna rev up and he's gonna go. We all know that. We know the call signs. We know all of it. But will he deliver? And deliver he does. There goes Pogacar. And honestly, I'm gonna just put some dramatic moves over this, because that's a lot better than me commentating. And then Vingegaard goes as well. And Pogacar follows. We follow Pogacar. This is the battle we've been waiting for. Vingegaard, Tadej Pogacar, Remco Evenepoel. This is the Tour de France. And they have both tried attacking, but we hadn't yet, so I thought it was about time. Remco Evenepoel goes on the offensive. And he goes. They both follow. Can they keep following all the way though? Remco Evenepoel on the offensive in the yellow jersey. They try to get back, both of them, and they slowly get back. Oh yeah, we're just here creating cinema. Cinema, boys. You're witnessing history. And now I go up in pace. I just want to time out a little bit here. I'm like, okay, let's see what they're made of. Let's see what these two giants are made of. Can they keep up with the Belgian superstar? Remco Evenepoel, I don't know, man. They're lacking a little bit behind. They're lacking a bit behind on this flat part here. But Tadej answers again. Goes on another attack. But we're riding his wheel. We're riding his wheel. Jonas is not fully following though. He is following a little bit, but he is a little bit lagging behind as well. Eventually Tadej stops attacking. I don't continue. And Vingegaard slowly claws his way back, but it was clear that he was at his limit, so he was not really anything to worry about here. It was basically just a battle between Tadej Pogacar and Remco Evenepoel, and I had to figure out when I want to try and give the final blow. I had to be tactical about it. Remco's flat stats are higher than Pogacar's. If I attack on a steep part, it's possible that Tadej can come back because his mountain stats are a lot better than Remco's. So do I attack on a flat and maybe he has my wheel, or do I attack on a steep part where he will be better than me? That is the question. But I decided that I want to wait a little bit longer. I want to wait till I was sure I could go at a pretty high pace the rest of the way. So for now we were just sitting in the wheel, we were all just looking at each other. No one wanted to make a move. Until Remco Evenepoel went on the offensive once again. On sort of a flat section, not really. I just tried to drop him slowly. Didn't go full out, we still have the turbo gel if we want to try again. But Coldy Lewis, yes, Pogacar has terrible memories here. We're about to make some more terrible memories for him. And we're now 7 kilometers to go. we take turbo gel, and then we go on the offensive one more time. Can they both follow? Vingegaard's behind. Pogacar's in the wheel. Pogacar left the wheel. He left the wheel. I repeat, he's falling behind 5 seconds. Pogacar is behind Remco Evenepoel, but he's attacking. He's slowly catching up. Get that gel. Get that gel, you beautiful boy. Get that gel. 5 seconds. Oh my god, this is insane. Look at his sun. Oh, it looks really beautiful. Anyways, Pogacar's behind Remco Evenepoel. 7 seconds. He's slowly getting away. Pogacar might have reached the wall. He might have reached it. It's too big to climb over. Donald Trump put it there for him. Get him out, I say. Get him out. This is the Remco Evenepoel's tour. Remco Evenepoel's world. Remco Evenepoel's country. This is it. This is legendary. Legendary, I tell you. Legendary. Alright, so I keep pacing and I carry some momentum up here. Still around 3 kilometers left. A minute to Tade. Which I feel like at this point I crashed. Let's just ignore that. Let's ignore that. Shush, shush, shush. We have around a minute and 30 already before this stage on Tade. And Tade can definitely, if we are bad, finish the final mountain stage, gain 3 minutes. So my goal was to get roughly a minute and a half on Tade here. So we have roughly 3 minutes for the final mountain stage. Which I feel like would leave us in a really good position. Not completely safe, but a really good position. So that's what we was going for there. I lost around 20 seconds on that little crash there, but who cares? It doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just make it more interesting. That's all. But we end up making it all the way to the top with around a minute and 30 to Tade. We have to slow down at the end though. But that was one hell of a Queen stage in the Tour de France 2025. Somehow, some way, Remco Evenepoel comes out on top due to his 83 flat stats. The history of this tour. The history of this tour at this point. You call it abusing mechanics, I call it being smart. Oh yeah! And that leaves us with a gain of a minute and 15 seconds on Tade. And some bonus seconds as well, which is around 3 minutes in total. We did have a finished peak, of course, and Tade didn't. Which means he might have a next stage, you never know. But next stage is this one right here, which is going to be horrible. Will we keep the yellow jersey? Find out tomorrow. Well, hopefully I don't forget to save the audio. Subscribe.